towards non-verbal communication. Okay, so in non-verbal communication, you will won't have words at all. So instead of words, if you use something else to communicate your ideas, to communicate or pass on your information, or if you are trying to present yourself, or if you are trying to make others know what you feel, then that is non-verbal communication. Okay, so there we have pictography, kinesis, proximus, and we also have language of time. Okay, we'll see what they are. You would have known pictography, isn't it? Yes. What a pictography?
I mean pictures, man.
Yeah. Can you give an example for that?
And cartoons, man.
Yeah.
Cartoon pictures.
Cartoon pictures. Okay. So you come across something often, isn't it? What are they? Yes. You come across something. Have
Symbols.
you seen? Yes. Have you seen the signboards? If you have a hospital, what sign will be there? Have you seen?
Plus sign, man.
Plus sign, and a bed also will be there. A bed will be there and a plus sign will be there. So it shows if only plus sign is there, then that is a medical shop actually. Okay. If you have a bed also along with that, then you know that it is a hospital. Okay. So you have signboards, so which just speaks, it has some pictorial representation and it speaks a lot. Okay. If a great, if an into symbol is like this, and if some vehicle is just drawn and an into symbol is there, what does it signify? A vehicle and an into symbol. What does it signify?
No,
Yes, ma'am?
horn, man.
Someone else is saying, who? What is that, ma'am?
Horn, man.
No entry, ma'am.
Yes, Manoranjan.
No entry.
Very good. No entry. So no entry for vehicles. Okay, so that is the meaning for that. If a vehicle is drawn and then an into is there, then it is no entry. You are not supposed to enter in. Okay, very good. So you have all these signboards. You can just see that everywhere, isn't it? So let me just give you a homework today. So you are just going to find at least 5 signboards which are there around your place or towards your, maybe you'll be going out, isn't it? So whenever you go out, you see signboards. Just recollect all those signboards, draw those pictures and give the meaning of the signboards. Okay, so you have to present in the next class. Okay, I think you have it on Thursday. So you have to present this picture and the meaning of the picture. Just 5 for each. Try not to repeat or copy anybody. Okay, you be unique so that we'll try to learn more science. Okay, so you'll be just showing it, or you'll be just presenting it. We'll just see how many varieties are there in the signboards. Okay. You can select signboards or you can just select any pictorial representations, up to you. Right. So we'll just enter into our non-verbal communication in our textbook. Okay. So we have all the signs, we have all the symbols or signals, and then we also have this body language where we have this space and time. The space we call it as proximus. Okay. And time also we have, and the body language is what we call it as kinesis. Okay, kinesis is the movement that we give to our body, the body movement. So that is kinesis. Okay, space is proximus, the area which a person covers. Okay, so that is proxemics. So let us just get into it. Okay, so this visual signs is one which I have just given to you. So you can find this for theaters, we can find this for ambulance, you can find this for hospital, road signs. If you have crossroads, you have, if you have a bridge, it will be there. If you have a speed breaker, you will have a sign. Okay, for railway station, you have a sign. For school, you have. if there is a bend, if there is a U-turn, you will have, okay? So all these signs are there, okay? So you just select 5 signs and give the explanation or give the meaning of it, right? So what are these visual signs doing in business communication? We know that these are the common visual signs, isn't it? So all these signs on the boards, okay, on our way, we call it as signboards, and we know what they signify, and we just understand and we do accordingly. But what are these visual signs doing in business communication? So that we have to see. Okay, so we have tables, we have lines, we have surface charts, we have bar charts, we have pictograms, we have gun charts, we have pie charts, we have flow charts, maps, drawings, diagrams, photographs. Okay, all these are there in business communication. Okay, to make your communication more effective. Okay, these are also used by professionals outside business. Okay, like for teaching also we use, isn't it? We use animations, we use animated pictures, and then we try to explain what we are trying to say. Okay, in engineering and technology also they use all these pictorial representation. So we also use computer graphics. Okay, so if you want to draw something, if you want to change manually, you want to change some images, you want to just make it a more creative and lively, then you go for computer graphics. Okay, so you also display numbers in graphic form, and you also use softwares like CorelDRAW, PowerPoint, Photoshop, Painter, Excel, Lotus 123, and others. All these are just helping you to develop your communication in all these visual signs. Okay, right. So how are these tables helpful in business communication? What are mentioned in the table, you can see that you will be having horizontal rows and then vertical rows. Okay, and you will be using it. Okay, so you'll be having headings there. Okay, and it will be there on the top of headings, will be on the top of the table, and you will be having all arranged numerically. Okay, and there will be some order followed in that, and you will be just getting the information. For example, if you are just going to order few products, what you will do, you will be putting it in tables, isn't it? So number one, you need this product. What will be the cost of the product? Expected cost. Okay. And if you need any discount, you can also mention. So you can have 4 columns there. Okay. And then you can then describe what is needed in the quality which you need, which you do not want to compromise at all. So that also can be mentioned. So you can even have 5 columns. So that is how you just create a table and you make use of it in your business communication. So you can just give the number of products you need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 will be furniture. The 2 will be maybe the files that you are in need of, and the 3 will be your computer. 4 will be your maybe a storage device. Okay, so you might be in need of a few things that can be just categorized, and then you can just give them a price, and then you can also give the importance of that. So that can be in a table when you just communicate with your business partner. What are these lines and surface charts doing? Okay, so if you want to just show the profit, or if you want to just show the improvement that is just happening in the business, okay, what you will do is you will just use this line chart. Okay, this line chart will be helpful. Sometimes you can also use the surface chart. So this will be, just see, this is the line chart and this is the surface chart. So you can just give the variables in various period. Okay, in 2002, these are the variables, and 2 variables are there. Okay, they're just seeing. Now you can just compare it and see. Okay, how it has been. Was there a rise? If there was a rise, why was the rise? When was the rise? Okay, what brought the rise? And then if there is a downfall, and why is it? Okay, you can easily analyze if you have a line chart like this. Even this surface chart is just giving you the information about how it just raised, and then when was the downfall, little downfall, and then when was the high rise. So this also can be identified. So this is the way that this is the way we just analyze the data that is just given in the business circle. Okay, so this is the use of this line chart and surface chart. Now just see the pie chart. You would have seen this. Why is this called pie? Because it
And
just
then divisions, ma'am.
okay, that is your understanding of your max. But pi, you just divide it as such. Okay, the way you divide, okay, just imagine you have a pizza, you just divide it into 5. Yes, okay, something like that. So you can divide them according to the data you have. So this pie chart will just exactly tell you which is in the higher position and which has to be given more importance and which has to be ignored. All these can be just seen in this pie chart. It is so visible. You can just give each one color, and then you can just mention. And if you just give the data, you'll be getting the chart. So this chart will be speaking more than the data that we have. Okay. So just imagine this is a pie chart about the percentage of time spent online by age group. Okay, which is the maximum? Which one is maximum? The percentage is given. Which
And
age group?
25% percentage.
Then what is 27 then?
25 to
Ma'am, age
34
to
age.
34.
Yeah, 27 percentage. 25 to 34 is maximum. And then the second is 35 to 40.
35 to 49.
And then it is 50
50 plus.
plus. Then 18 to 24, and then 2 to 17. Okay, so this is easy for us to identify and analyze and then go about. Okay, bring about changes is also possible when you have this pie chart. Okay, so what is the use of this? You can compare the size of different factors at a given point of time. You can show changes in one factor over a period. Okay, so what are the changes that is happening? You can just show in over a period. You can just show from this period to this period. You can easily identify. Okay, indicate the composition of several items over time and to show the relative sizes of elements that constitute a whole. So for this only we just use this bar or chart like this. Okay, so this is bar chart. Why is it called bar? No, you can see bars. These are called as bars. Okay. So each year you can just have a bar. So 2003 one bar, 2 1 bar, 1 bar. So each we have a bar, and we are just denoting the total internet sales. Okay, and we are just giving it the x-axis as, oh sorry, this is the y-axis. Okay, y-axis as 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000 in, no, this is money here in dollars. Okay, so now you can just see the bar increasing from 97 to 2003. See the change that is happening? A vast change, isn't it? This is the curve. This, if you just draw a curve, it is just like this. It's just increasing. Okay, so we can just identify that this is how it is just increasing. So this side you have the total internet sale, and this side you have the total economy. Okay, so in billions they have given. So this is how you can identify. So this is one plus when we draw all these charts. Okay, flow chart, I think first day I just showed, first day of your class, I showed flow chart. You remember, for verbal communication, non-verbal communication? Yes, communication divided as verbal communication, non-verbal communication. And in non-verbal communication, you have all these kinesis, proxemics, and time. and here you have all the varieties. Yeah, you remember? So that is flowchart. You are hierarchically, you are just one after the other, you are just giving the relationship between each other. Okay. So that is a flowchart. So that is the use of a flowchart. So you know how it is organized and how, below which category you can organize the particular topic. Okay. So that is how the flowchart is just arranged. And this Gantt chart is nothing but a timeline chart. Okay. Oh, sorry, ma'am. This is the timeline chart. So a table is also given and the timeline chart is also given. Okay. This is a Gantt chart. So you can know that this is the timeline that is just given. So you have to start a project in this particular date and it has to end in this particular date. Now what is the duration and how many percentage is it complete? Okay, so the timeline is just analyzed here. Okay, so that is the use of this Gantt chart. Okay, this is pictograms now. Okay, you can use the symbols or even numbers you can just use to show data. So instead of just giving some bullets or something, say here you're just giving a picture itself. Okay, to show the data. Okay, to highlight the data, you're just giving the pictures itself. So this is a pictogram. Of course, the heading is in the top, and as usual, you just have the year here and the what is this amount spent? The number of soldiers who were there. How many soldiers were recruited? So in 1990, it is 36,000. In 1995, it is 41. So that is how it is just growing. Okay. Okay. So this is how you do your pictograms, right? Then maps, maps, it just shows us direction. It just gives the geographical area of a place. Okay, if you want to locate some places, you can just go for your maps. Now you have it in your hand itself. It is so handy, isn't it? You just get into Google Map and if you search for the place, you just immediately get it. You can reach the place safely, isn't it? It will take you there actually. You will not be misled. Okay. Then photographs. Photographs, isn't it? You have all the photographs and what is the use of these photographs? You can just make use of it in your brochures. If you are just trying to promote your sales, what you can do, you can have the pictures of how your sales is just going on and how successful you are in the market. You can have the pictures, photographs, and then you can just circulate it among people. So that will promote your business and people will have very good opinion about your business. Okay. So you can also use these photographs in sales letters, flyers, and annual reports. Because this is the purpose of it. And how can you take these photographs? Now you have your mobile phones itself, but it would be better if you use better cameras so that the clarity will be better. So even if you want to expand, you can expand. If you want to just shrink your photo, you can shrink. Okay. So that has to be taken care of, right? Then what are the advantages and limitations of visual signs? Because you think that visual signs are easy to understand, you shouldn't use many visual signs in one particular concept. Okay, so you must be very careful in selecting those visual signs. Okay, so advantages, it is more effective than writing. If you're just writing a letter or something, the person who understands will sometimes make feel very difficult to understand. When you use this visual signs, they'll easily understand. Okay, so pictures, posters, color photographs, and all these will just make your advertisement more effective. Instead of just writing, see, instead of just saying that I have this product in this particular rate and it is so good in quality, instead of saying that, if you just show the picture of the product and if you just also give us the information about how it is useful, so that will make your advertisement more attractive, isn't it? So this is the advantage of visual signs. And think about this cartoons. When you just draw cartoons with humor, no, there will be some clarity. Okay, there will be some clarity, but it shouldn't become clumsy. Okay, if you feel like that you want to say something in a cartoon form, and if you're going to use many characters and that and this, and people get confused. So it shouldn't be clumsy, but it should give some humor there. So it is easily understood and it is a convenient device. Even if you want to make a big presentation and if you want your presentation to be more attractive and interesting, then these things will be helping you. Okay, so you can use your slides, you can use some animation there, you can use some charts, you can use diagrams, labels, tables, and then maps. Okay, yes. What are the limitations? So you should have only one single idea. So don't make it more complex. Okay. So don't bring in 4 or 5 ideas together for one visual sign. Then you will not get that and you will not reach people at all. Okay. Right. Then you need some complex skills also to do this, create this visual signs. So blindly you cannot create visual signs because you will have something in your mind and you will be creating it, and the person who sees that will be misled. Okay. No, imagine this skull with crossbone. Have you seen? Skull will be there, and two crossbones will be there. Two bones crossed, and skull will be there. What does it signify? Skull.
Danger or
Yeah.
caution.
Very good.
Danger,
Danger or
danger.
caution. Yes. Where can you see all these things? This sign. Where
Not
can you
near
see this sign?
transformers.
Very good. Transformers, you can see. Then that's all. All danger zones will be having. Okay. Yes. So this particular sign, if the person is very new to this sign, how will he take it? So far, he has not seen such a sign at all. How will he take it? Just imagine you don't know anything about this sign at all. How will he take it?
Like there's something ghost or something.
Yes. So you might think that there is a ghost there waiting for someone to just catch hold of a person. Okay. So this is how. So you might have something in your mind, and maybe the person who reads it or the person who sees that, if the person is not able to identify it properly, then that is a problem. So for each visual sign, for each visual, we have a meaning. So first you must know the meaning. After you know the meaning, you can just give those pictures. Okay, so that is it. And if you want to like caricature or draw your own figure like a cartoon and all, you need some creativity there. You must know how effective you would like to do. You want yourself to be a comic figure or a serious figure, you have to decide, and the way you communicate should not fail. Okay, so you must be very careful in that. Okay, and visuals, you just give some visual signs and you don't bother about the feedback at all, isn't it? So that is one great advantage or limitation that we have. We don't get feedbacks from visual signs. Okay, next we speak about audio signals. Okay, sounds are also used as signals. How are they used? Any example? Sounds used as signals. Have you heard of sirens in industries? Sirens? What does it siren signify, ma?
If there is some alert.
Work
Yes.
time, ma'am.
Work time, work time. Okay, very good. So it signifies work time, and it also gives some warning sometimes. Sometimes if a person is just hurt, if he's just letting his hand inside the machinery, and if he's cutting his hand, or if something wrong goes also, you will be having this siren, okay, in between. So it looks like something is wrong, okay. So this siren is very important in an industry because people just work by the timing, and this timing is also denoted by only by this siren, okay. Very good. And just a small horn that you have in your bike, what does that signify? Why do you do that? Some people, they do just for fun. Sometimes, I have seen some bus drivers just playing some audio there, and accordingly they'll be just playing the horn also. So I'm not just talking about that, but why is this horn significant in a bus or a car or a bike? Even cycles have bells. Why? Why do we have horns in vehicle? Just to play with? Why do we have a horns, ma? Again, just to
For
warn people. Yes. Okay. So if you have a traffic, or if you have people in between, and if you want to just take a turn, so you're just giving them a warning that you are coming. Okay. So if you are just maybe you will be going in the straight path, but you will be having someone in between. So you warn them that you are there. You just alert them that you are there. Okay. So that is why you're using these horns. Okay. Right. You have many sounds. You have many sounds. Okay. If you hear the bell sound of certain vehicle, you just find out that it is an ice cream and just coming there. Yes. Have you heard of it? Okay. Sometimes you'll be having a bell sound. So you'll know someone is just coming, some snacks are coming. Okay. So all these are there. Okay. This is just sign telling
And
that
for corn, ma'am. For corn also they will make a noise, ma'am.
for what?
When they're selling corn, ma'am.
Card.
For corns, ma'am.
Con,
CORN.
con. Okay, okay. So it's in your place. Okay. So it
This
differs.
side is heard, ma'am.
Yeah, it
Malls,
differs.
ma'am.
Yes, it differs from place to place. Okay. Then what about the whistle in the train, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what is the meaning?
And that horn, ma'am, it is for coming. And it is arriving.
No, whistle in the train. You have not heard of the whistle? That it is about to start. Okay. So if it is just standing somewhere for some purpose, and if it is just starting again, then there will be a whistle sound from the station master. So be very careful when you're there in the train. Okay. Ambulance has the siren, isn't it? Why is that siren blowing when ambulance is just crossing the street?
It's emergency.
Emergency. So what?
The patient is serious.
Yeah. So what? Why is it
For
blowing
traffic,
louder?
ma'am.
So it shows that they are supposed to pave way for the ambulance to cross. Okay, so that is why the siren is just blown. Okay, see in office you can see the manager using the buzzer. Okay, to call the office boy. Have you seen that? Yes. So that is a signal that the person has to come there and now listen to what the boss says. Okay. In war also we have signals. They have drum beats, they have some oral communication through sounds. So, sorry, some communication through sounds. Okay, they don't have oral communication. Okay, so they just do only through sounds. Right. Then everyday No, sometimes, I don't know whether you people are aware of it. Here in Karunya, in and around Karunya, we have all these electric fence. Okay, electric fence. There you have alarms fixed. Okay, if some animal or some maybe some dangerous species is just crossing it, or someone is just trying to get into it, what will happen is it will be just sending some electric signals and some sound also. If something is caught, no, you will be getting the sound of the alarm. Okay, so it is just warning the people that something is wrong there and you have to go and see that. Okay, so this is one more audio signal. All right, what are the advantages and limitations here? They are quick to convey messages, useful in time management, so you need your time there, helpful in regulating your work in an organization, effective as channels of warning against danger. So sounds move faster, okay, than your words. So you can just make use of these sound signals. So that is very easy for you to communicate. I don't know, in some villages, I have heard recently in one of the village, they just use sounds to call people. Their name itself is different sounds. I don't know whether you people know. It's one of the village. Yeah, they're just using only sounds to call people. Okay, different sounds they use to call people. Okay, right. What are the disadvantages? Sometimes sound signals, it just becomes noisy. So what will happen? It will become a noise pollution sometimes. Okay. So just imagine you are having your online classes and you are you are doing your presentation there, and you have all the street vendors just ringing their bells, or ambulance giving their siren. Okay, and the temple bell is just ringing. Now I think Gabriela had that problem because she was residing very close to the church. She's not able to have a peaceful class. So he has so much of noise there around. Okay, if it is a factory, then particular timing you will be having this siren and it will be just disturbing you, isn't it? So that will be there. That will be there, and you just imagine some screech sound when they use loudspeakers, mics, and all. Okay, so that will become a noise pollution again. Okay. So all these sounds are prohibited in the vicinity of schools, hospitals, and other quiet places. So people are not allowed to make such sounds there. Okay. Sometimes when you have some electronically operated sounds, like for danger you will be having sounds, isn't it? So they might fail because of power failure. What will happen is they might fail. So that is one of the disadvantage also, right? Okay. Okay, the third sound is audio and visual together. Okay, audio and visual. So where do we find first audio and visual? In our television. Okay, and then in cinema we see, and all these they combine both audio and visual. So this will be more helpful, of course, isn't it? Okay, an illustration is just given here. We just move to kinesis, body language. See, one of the study, it just says that 55% of human communication to body language of movements is just done, and gestures, gestures and body language, we just do 55% of our communication is done through body language and gestures. Okay, we make more use of body language and gestures. Okay, just imagine at home, sometimes when you need something, you just don't speak, you just communicate with your mother or your sister or your brother just through your signs, isn't it? Gestures. Yes. And then only 38% we are just using our voice. Okay. And that is voice tone, leaving only 7% to verbal communication. So only 7% we talk. Okay. And 38% is just the tone that we use. This is how we just use. Okay, so 7% only we are using our words. Okay, so this is one of the study that says that 55%. So the maximum use is only your body language. So you must be very careful when you use your body language. The way you use your body language speaks a lot about your attitude. It speaks about your character. It speaks who you are. So you must be very careful when you use your body language. Okay. So that is this branch of study is just called as kinesis. Okay. And this body language differs from culture to culture. You must be very careful. In each culture, you have different body language. Okay. So in maybe in our place, if you just keep your both your hands together and if you just raise them, it shows that you are welcoming somebody, isn't it? But it is not the same in all places. Okay, so you are supposed to welcome them in different manner. You have to hug them and you have to welcome in some places. You have to kiss the person and you have to welcome in some places. Some countries it is there. So you must be very careful when you move from one culture to the other culture or from one country to the other country. You must be very careful. You should learn about the country and then you have to go. In some places, if you just try to shake hands with them, they will think that you are an enemy. Okay, so you have to hug. You shouldn't shake hands. You have to hug. So all these are to be considered when you just enter into a different country with a different culture. Okay, because you will be trying to have some business exposure with other countries, right? So that time you must be very careful. Okay, so this body language they start with facial expression. So all your facial expression. Now you can see 6 type of expression here. So when you're angry, this is how, see both your now brows are just coming closer and you just shrink that and then your eyes become small. Yes. So this is the facial expression that you give when you're angry. Okay. And fear, it see the eyebrows are raised, little raised, and then you show the fear and your lips are just coming down. Okay. And this is how you show your fear. Surprise, your eyes are wide open. Okay, and your brows are slightly lifted and your eyes are wide open. Even your mouth can be open if in surprise. Okay. So but now this is discussed. Okay, so again your eyes are just getting inside and your brows are coming down and you feel disgusted. Okay, you don't feel happy. Joy always when you're smiling, even when you wear your mask. If you smile, what will happen to your eyes? Any guesses? What will happen to your eyes when you're happy? I have just taken it.
It will close, ma'am.
It will close, totally close.
No, ma'am.
It will shrink. Okay, it will shrink and your nose will come up and your eyes will shrink, and that shows that you are really smiling. If that doesn't happen, then it is a false smile. So you can identify whether the person is really smiling or not through their eyes. Okay. See sorrow, the brow is lifted high. Okay, and in a slanting position only, but it is lifted high, and see the eyes are just going down. Okay, and it shows that you are very sad. Okay. Yes. So you have some more expressions there for the eyes. See, wonder. See how the brows are coming closer. Okay. So dominance is show dominance. Your eyes, your balls are there at the top. Okay, and then submissive. If you are very submissive, then it is very soft. Your eyes shows that you are very soft. Gaze. If you are just looking at a person very hard, you can see this. Then kind also, it looks so soft. and anger, your brows are just coming closer and lifted, and your eyes are very sharp. Okay, that shows that you are angry. Okay, so you can find the nature of the person or the feeling the person has towards you from the eyes of the person. Eyes speaks a lot, more than your lips, more than your uh, hands, more than your body. Your eyes always speaks a lot. So you must be very careful when you speak with other person face to face. Okay, so be very careful when you speak with the other person. They'll be reading only your eyes. What do you feel, right? Okay. So we stop here. So